Jagex secretly buffed this minigame. I haven't seen anyone talk about this, but Shades of Morton is actually fun now and very good. You see, about 1 month ago Jagex made a weekly update post about Deadman tournaments. Along that post they also fixed many problems with the tormented demons and lastly updated the quiver to hold right amount of ammo. And at the very bottom of the news post you see a teeny tiny small section dedicated to a minigame that most people have forgotten about. But I tried it out and not only does it give very generous experience rates, but it's also an absolute goldmine for collection logs, clue scrolls, and so much loot. And the best part is, Jagex made all of this even better now. So let me show you the beauty of Shades of Morton and why you should definitely give this minigame at least a try. Now, the reason I think this is the pinnacle of RuneScape minigame is because there are so many ways you can go about this. You can do this for experience, you can do it for money, you can do it for clues, you can do it for unique rewards. The options are endless. And I want to showcase every method this minigame has to offer. The minigame is divided into 3 equally important parts. Number 1 is the sacrificial burying ground where you earn keys and tons of experience. Number 2 is the underground tombs where you can unlock these keys and earn so much loot through remains and chests. And number 3 is the temple where you can obtain sacred oil, which is one of the most important ingredients in this minigame. All 3 parts are vital to make this minigame work and all of them receive buffs in some ways. So let me show you how everything works and what is the secret sauce. Let's start with the one closest to my heart. Recently I got the Bloodhound pet at only 33 master caskets. In the last few weeks I've been dabbling in glue scrolls and trying to find the fastest methods to do them. I've done Sarachnis, I've done wilderness bosses, but as a solo player all of those methods lost to this minigame. The hardest part about putting a master glue together was getting consistent elite clues, but Shades of Morton can give you on average a single elite clue every 25 minutes. It beats out any other solo method in the game. Now there is a caveat here. You need 95 firemaking, and I know you have 7 kids, 3 wives, 2 jobs, a dog and a pet rat. So you simply don't have time to get these levels, but trust me, it is so worth it. Go spend that 1 week in Winterdot, get 95 firemaking and you won't regret this. Other than that, hard Mauritania diary is highly recommended as it gives you access to Mauritania pants. And these pants teleport you right to the minigame itself. Once you have both of these requirements filled out, you need 3 things to make this work. Number 1, the golden coffin. You can get this by getting the broken coffin from my boy Damp here and then buying the golden lock from GE, or if you're an Ironman, I'll show you later on in the video how to get it for free. Number 2, teleport to a nearby bank and get 2 types of items which are redwood pyre logs and Urium shades. You can go the expensive route and buy them from GE, or you can get them yourself, which I will show you later on as well. The trick to getting elite clues is easy. First, you put 24 Urium shades into your golden coffin and then take out 24 pyre logs. Use the teleport method through Mauritania lakes and run north. Once you reach the pyres, just start dumping your logs and shades onto the burying sites. Previously, you had to do all of this manually by clicking on a log, then the burying site, clicking on a shade, then the burying site, clicking on a tinderbox, then the burying site to light it up. But now, after the update, it adds all of these automatically. Once you have all 24 shades completed, you can pick up the keys one by one. The despawn rate for these used to be 30 seconds, and the biggest problem was that other players can see your keys. But they also buffed this to a 5-minute despawn timer, so you can now do the entire inventory at once without juggling the keys in your inventory. The experience rates here are so freaking good. I managed to do slightly over 500 shades per hour and it gave me roughly 390k firemaking experience and 95k prayer experience. And the best part is, this method is actually profitable, so you don't even lose money here. It is one of the few prayer training methods in the game that give you money back. Now you might be thinking, Kriibus, I just looked up the price of Urium shades, which are 7k each, and redwood pyre logs, which are 4.5k each. That is 11.5k cost per a single action. How is that profitable? Well, the profit comes from these keys, which on average gives you 11.8k per key. And that doesn't even include the 2.5 elite clues you get per hour. So even if you didn't do the clues, you would still profit. And this takes me to step 2 of this video, the underground tombs. This is where you can use up all of your keys to gather loot. The route is still the same. I take out 26 keys, use my Mauritania pantyloos, run to the sacred underground tombs, and since you have the golden key, which is the highest tier available, you can unlock all of these doors in the tombs. Now, I did this method because I'm getting slowly addicted to unlocking new collection log items, but it really is one of the best ways to get elite clue scrolls. If I had to make one suggestion for this, I would recommend bringing 13 types of keys in one color and 13 types of keys in another, so you can continuously open up 4 chests in a rapid speed and there won't be any downtime. The matching colors for keys are brown and red keys, brown and purple keys, crimson and black keys, crimson and red keys. So in this scenario, I pick up 13 crimson and 13 red keys, and that allows me to open all 4 chests really fast without any downtime. Also, just FYI, if you're an Iron Man and if you still don't have the golden lock, this is where you get that as well. Among other things are unlocks to Shrek armor and Bloodbark armor sets, Amulet of the Damned and Zealot robe set, which gives you 5% more prayer experience when equipped. I did this for 1 hour and I basically green logged my entire Shades of Mort'ton collection log section. Everything put together cost me roughly 5.5 million GP, and I ended up with 5.7 million GP after I sold all my loot I got from the chest. On top of that, I got 2 elite clues which I turned into master clues, and I got really good firemaking and prayer experience. Oh, and by the way, the clue drops are amplified by your combat achievement levels. So if you complete elite combat achievements, you will get a 5% increased chance to receive a clue from Shades of Mort'ton. Oh, by the way, side note, really fast, I made a community Discord and a clan chat to hang out with my people. So if you want to have a chat with me or join our community, everyone is more than welcome to join us. We do monthly events with prizes, and it's just a really cozy community that loves RuneScape. All the links to join us are in the description. Okay, let's continue. So, like I said, that's not everything the tombs have to offer. I mentioned before that Urium remains currently go for roughly 7k each, and you can farm these right here. All you need to access them is a single golden key and some good combat setup. In this clip, I used max gear, which got me roughly 250 Urium shades per hour, and that comes to a nice 1.8 million GP an hour moneymaker, plus you get like 90k combat experience here as well, and that's because you can use Salve Amulet, which amplifies your damage by 15%. Another really good low level method is using full Darok setup, because if you lower your hit points to 1 and use Salve Amulet, full Darok can easily hit 90s here. This is also useful for Iron Man who want to get these remains themselves. So not only you get firemaking, prayer, combat experience, you also get loot, you unlock new magic armor, clues, you get alcohols if you're an Iron Man. This is a godsend place. Plus, as a side note, Amulet of the Damned that you obtain from this golden chest has exactly the same stats as Glory Amulet. So if you're an Iron Man and still don't have a Glory, this could be an alternative choice of Amulet. The other moneymaker that doesn't require you to be near the minigame is making pyre logs. For example, let's take redwood pyre logs again. The cost of redwood logs are currently 500 GP. The cost of 4 of those sacred oil is 2.8k. That means it will cost you 3.3k to purchase, and once you use the sacred oil on the logs, you can sell the redwood pyre logs for 4k each, which means you receive roughly 700 GP profit per log. Once again, previously you had to do this manually by clicking on the log and then the sacred oil, but Jagex gave this a small quality of life buff, so there is now a make all option, and that makes it really AFK method, which gives you roughly 1 million GP per hour. But how do you even obtain sacred oil if you can't buy it from GE? Well, that leaves us with the last part of this video, which is the temple, and this one received the most amount of buffs. First of all, since we already unlocked a lot of golden chests, we likely received an item called Flame Tar Bag, and this bag basically holds all the supplies you need to fix the temple. You can use planks, limestone, swamp tar, and whenever you fix the temple, it takes the items automatically out of your bag instead of you having to manually remove them. The second item is Flame Tar Hammer, which speeds up fixing the temple by 75% compared to a regular hammer. You can buy this from the GE or obtain it through the golden keys I showed before. And the final Flame Tar item is the bracelet, which is a level 2 Jade enchanted bracelet, and its effect is the same as the hammer. It speeds up your process of fixing the temple. The reason I bring all of these items up is because yes, you can go the alternative route of just killing the shades around the temple, and that also gives you sanctity, which is the thing we're looking for. But repairing the walls is about 3 times faster than killing the shades. So if you have the option, always choose the repair method instead of the PVM methods. The way to obtain sacred oil itself is actually pretty easy. Once you have everything set up, you bought the plank, swamp tar, limestone from a nearby store, you have your bracelet and hammers, you have olive oils, which can also be bought from the general store next to the temple. You come here and you click on the wall. That's it, that's the entire process. You can see our sanctity slowly go up, and once it reaches around 90%, that's when you can use your olive oil on the fire in the middle of the temple and turn them into sacred oil. The reason I mentioned 90% is because you lose roughly 3 to 4% sanctity every time you turn an olive oil into sacred oil. One inventory of sacred oil takes few minutes to obtain, and it gives you roughly 75k GP profit. With this, you can either continue to turn sacred oil into firewood logs and golden keys, or you can just sell it at a GE for a nice 1.5 million GP profit per hour. Jagex once again buffed the temple part by making the entire process more automatic. Before the update, you had to manually click every olive oil to turn sacred oil, but now it just does everything for you, and they even added a left click option, so essentially this moneymaker is incredibly AFK. The reason I bring this minigame up in the first place is because the prices here are very stable. Endgame glue hunters know that this is one of the best places to not only get elite glues but also hard glues, which means there is always going to be demand for pyre logs, and there's always going to be demand for remains, and this minigame will always be profitable. And if nothing else, it's a very fast way to get from 95 to 99 fire making, along with getting some free prayer experience. I highly recommend giving this minigame a try, and if you have any questions for me, I'm always available in my own Discord server. Feel free to join us, but that is it from me. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. I love you all very much. Bye.